start off again by saying how honored I am to be here. This is something that I was really, when I saw it come up, I was really hoping to be able to do and come and share and learn. And I was really excited to be able to do that. I was in the 2014 Guitar Institute, so I've been working actively and hard to build the program to get to where we are today since then. And one thing that I'm going to talk to you today about is how we're using a laser engraver at the high school to allow students to customize their guitars. So on the agenda, I'm going to talk a little bit about purchasing a laser, running the laser, cutting out parts, using masking to customize, talk about photo engraving, wood inlays, epoxy inlays, marking on metal, and combining some of those processes together. So purchasing a laser is not an inexpensive piece of equipment. They're all over the board. They can go from $4,000 to $5,000 to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on what you're looking for. In the state of Connecticut, we have the state innovation grants funded through Perkins, and they're competitive grants. So they put them out towards the end of the school year each year, and they give you about a 2-week window to apply for them. And they'll say whether it's for a laser or if it's for 3D or solid modeling, or for 3D printing. They've had some for computer science. So at the end of last 2015, we were fortunate enough to see one come through for laser engravers. And I wrote my 1-page description of what I would use it for. And we have someone on staff that writes grants for us, and she wrote the other 40 pages within that 2-week time period. And it's pretty intense, but she is phenomenal at her job, and we won the grant. I think they gave 3 or 4 away in the state, so we won that. We purchased a Mercury 3 laser. It's a 40-watt laser. For that $20,000, we were able to get the rotary attachment with it and the fume extractor, so that it can run in a classroom without having to vent it out into outside. When you're considering purchasing a laser, always get the largest bed table size you can get, and the most power that you can afford. Those are rated in watts. We bought a 40-watt laser. We were at a trade show recently, and they had a 4,000-watt laser. Cuts through 1/8-inch stainless steel. So ours can't do anything like that. But again, the sky's the limit with these things. Our 40-watt laser can cut through about a 1/4 inch of wood, and I've been told it can go through up to a 1/2 inch of plexiglass. We haven't tried that. We cut about 1/8-inch plexiglass without any issues. We use it almost every single day. Part of this grant that we wrote for the state of Connecticut was how we're going to use it to customize guitars, because they always want a project behind it. They don't want to say we're just going to use it for having fun and making trinkets to sell. They want to fund a project, and so the STEM Guitar project is what we crafted the grant around, and I think that's what allowed us to be successful on that grant. There are, like I said, cheaper models available. There's one that I think it was a crowd-funded company that put out a laser. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it right now. Glowforge, and it was the most successful crowd-funded project thus far. It raised like $27 million in a couple of months or something like that. And so I know they are not shipping those yet, but for about $5,000 you can get a 40-watt laser with the fume extractor. I haven't seen it operate. I'm not speaking. I've seen their commercials and things, and it seems like it's a pretty good bargain. So running a laser, it's basically like running a printer. We do most of our design for the laser in our CAD system. So we're designing vector drawings. Sometimes if kids want an image, they can go on to Google Images or anywhere else. They can bring an image in, and they can trace the image in CAD. So we can import a JPEG into our CAD system, trace it using lines, splines, arcs, whatever it is, and then export it as a DXF and send it and open it up with our graphics software. So the software that they gave us with the laser is CorelDRAW, and so we're using Corel to control the laser. And like I said, it thinks it's a printer. So the dialog box you see over on the right side of the screen are all the pen colors. So you adjust the power and the speed of the laser based off of the pen color. Typically we design in black and red. Red are cut lines, black are engraved lines. So down here you can adjust the speed and the power. So I think this is one of the engravings that we did for this. And so we were running at 100% speed and 84% power. And then you hit the print button and it sends it over to the laser. So cutting out parts. There's several different parts we started cutting out. And when I first got the laser, I had no idea how much we'd use it for. And it's just every single day it seems like we're learning something new that we can do with it. Electronics covers. So this is one of my star students from last year, Jaquan, and he did a really nice job with some of his customizations. But instead of using the wood electronics cover, you can't even see it. But he had a red theme, and we just bought some red plexiglass and cut it out. And so there's no paint on it. It blended in perfectly with the color he decided to do with his guitar. We also have made some of our string height gauges right in shop.
Those reveals are awesome.
What's that?
The reveals, like on the cutaway, is really
yeah,
cool.
That was totally him. He just, he said, "Can I have a recessed area in the body and the neck?" And I said, "Whatever you want." So we can figure it out. So we cut something out on the bandsaw and sanded it, and then we just used a